Hey, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I'm whispering because it's late. It's 10 minutes to midnight. I don't want to wake up my neighbors, so I'm whispering. Today, I would like to talk about an exciting subject that is vanity galleries. The kind of galleries that ask you, the artist, for some money to show your art or to sell your art. Yes, those kind. I'm sure you have heard about them, but maybe you don't know the names. Now you know they're called vanity galleries. I want to talk about this because someone left me a comment under my last video asking me, should I go with a vanity gallery or not? Very good question, but very hard to answer because there's no right answer. It depends, right? So it depends on your personal situation, your financial situation, your career goals, your desires. It depends on the gallery because not all vanity galleries are the same. There are good ones. They are bad ones. They are the ones that help you build art business. They are the ones that are predatory. They just want to take your money and go away. Today, I will spend 10-15 minutes talking about this in dips so you can understand it better. And next time when you are presented with the opportunity to sign with one of the kind of vanity gallery, you know what you are dealing with. Hopefully this video will be able to help you. So I will put the timestamps in the timeline below so you can navigate directly to the parts that you wish to watch. In the end of the video, if you can stay until the end, I will show you two of my favorite alternatives to vanity galleries so you can spend your money in a better way. You can get more out of the investment. Without further ado, let's get to it. First, I want to talk about different types of vanity galleries. It's just my personal take. If you have a different opinion, let me know. The first type is the service. What you're paying for is the professional service from the marketeers, copywriters, gallerists, website designers, and they, on your behalf, hire a professional team to work on your communications so you have a better chance to sell your art. So in the traditional way, the galleries are taking the full responsibility and risks. In the vanity gallery side, they are asking you to put the money and they put the effort, so you share the risks. And the second type is the space. You're just renting the space. You rent a wall or entire space for a period of a couple of weeks, months, or a year, depending on the negotiation, depending on how much money you have. And usually they would put an assistant if there are multiple artists. So during the opening hours, someone is there to open the doors. If there's only you for, let's say, during the 2 weeks time, then you are responsible of doing everything. Like a gallerist, like an artist, like everyone involved in the art retail business, you do everything. But the good thing is you don't pay them commission at all. So you pay less and you take more responsibilities. And the third type, I would say, is a bit controversial. I call them the disguised vanity gallery because they're not usually vanity galleries. They are normal galleries, traditional conventional galleries, but during certain period of time, like art event, art show, Miami, Hong Kong, Singapore, Madrid, they would go travel and they would pay a lot of money, $30,000, $50,000 just for the entry ticket, then maybe some more for hotel shipping, insurance, local helper. So there are a lot of money spent, and usually they don't have this amount of money if they are a local gallery. So they are forced to take on some external artists who are a little bit wealthier, and they can work with them on a, let's say, a contract-based one-time off, and then they would just come up with some kind of agreement with you. You pay a part, you help them make sure that they can afford the art fair, and they help you. Usually you cannot just go there to the art fair. The art fair will not accept individual artists. I mean, the majority art fairs, right? So you need a gallery, they need money, you scratch each other's backs. So why not? It could be a mutually beneficial thing if you can sell your art there. And now let's talk a little bit about pros and cons of generally vanity galleries. Again, it's case by case. I cannot really tell you. You evaluate based on the conditions that you're presented with. Pro number one is that there's no entry requirement. You can be a young artist, you can be a art school dropout, you can use very special, eccentric media, you can just basically be anyone and it's everybody welcome as long as you can afford the Vanity Gallery's fee. So that's a quick way to have a taste of the art market or the art world. Pro number two is that you enjoy a reduced commission fee. Depending on the deal you make with the gallery, maybe they give you 70%. And normally they would give you 50 in the traditional gallery world. So you can get more because you pay everything up front so that you can have a little bit reduction later on during the contract, let's say during the year. And if you rent the space as an empty space, although you operate under their name, you can just take whole money that you make during the period and you pay a fixed fee without any commission. So if you can sell a lot, maybe it's a good way. And pro number three is that you look more legit in the physical world. Why I say physical world, I don't mean art world, I mean physical world. I met an artist in Lagos, Nigeria, and he struggled a lot online because people thought he was scamming, he was phishing, but he was not. But he doesn't have a space where people can visit, so he doesn't have the trust. And when he tried to sell commissions and people say, hey, I haven't seen your art yet and you want me to pay already? Like phishing. Yeah. It's very difficult. It's not his fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just the way it is. He needs to gain the trust. And how to do that? Maybe a Vanity gallery would help because people can at least go there and visit the gallery and see the art. And now let's talk about some disadvantages of going with a Vanity gallery. Con number one. You take more risks. Compared to a traditional gallery, you take a lot more risks because if you don't sell anything, all the money, all the time and effort goes to waste. And it's like quite frustrating and you might think that you didn't meet the expectations or they didn't meet your expectations. Con number two, traditional conventional galleries in the art world will not take you more seriously. I'm not saying that they will take you less seriously. That's not what I mean. I mean that this particular thing on your CV is not such a highlight. And maybe in the future, when you're in mid-career, when you're more mature, you wouldn't even want to show that on your CV later because it's not something too substantial, right? So it's like, I'll give you an inappropriate example. It's like you did a bakery internship in a local baker downstairs of your home. It's a good experience. It shows that you're trying, but it's not something that people would consider. It's not like a wow kind of thing on your resume. If you have done an internship in Le Cordon Bleu, then people can say, wow, you must be really good to be considered by them. So that's kind of the experience that you want to go for, not a Vanity gallery. And con number three, you might get into all sorts of legal trouble. The legal trouble could be in different kind of scenarios. Maybe they took your art and ran away, you have to sue them, right? So that's legal trouble. Or maybe you're just attending your customers in a normal gallery space and someone come in find your trouble because maybe you're not allowed to sell your art. In Europe, in continental European countries, majority countries require you to have this kind of license or incorporated to be able to sell your art in a commercial space. So if you don't have that and you're selling your art in let's say a Vanity gallery space for rent, you might be fined for a lot of money by the authority and get into all sort of paperwork. So that's something you don't want to do. So check and double check before going into the Vanity galleries and signing with them, and just make sure that you're all covered. And now let's imagine your profile. If you are a second career artist who is working a good, well-paid day job and you want to early retire at 60 years old and build your art career, in this case, I would say maybe Vanity gallery is not so bad because you have no time, right? You want to build something in such a short time to have the boost. You want to have professionals working for you and you can pay for it. it's not a bad idea. So in this case, I would recommend you to go with one of the, let's say, fair conditioned, good, trustworthy vanity galleries. Check online to see the reputation, check what people say about them so that you know you're signing with a good one. Or if you are profile number 2, if you are an art school student or a college student, you are young, you don't have a lot of money, don't go for a vanity gallery, because I think your money and time can be spent elsewhere. Especially when you graduate, you might be presented with some real opportunities, good ones, and you want to be ready for it. So spend the money to buy materials to improve your skills and to just make your communication or just experience life and do things. You're still young, so don't rush for it. Just keep working on your art. When you graduate after a couple of years, the opportunity will show up, and by then you better be ready. And now I would like to offer you 2 alternatives. Alternative number 1. If you are very entrepreneurial, you have a lot of skills like logistic skills, PR skills, and all different kind of social and networking skills, then I recommend you to rent an empty storefront and make a pop-up show under your own name. Because when the people are gone after the pop-up, you have the traffic, you have the social media coming to you, not to the gallery, right? So you have full control, and also you can present the project however you want. You have a lot more creative freedom, liberty to choose the space. You're not constrained by a particular gallery space. All you need is a roof and 4 walls around, and it can be white. You can paint it white cheap. You can put it on a rustic cement wall, no problem. So you can have a lot of things to play. And if you are very keen and entrepreneurial, this could be a better solution than going with a kind of vanity gallery. And if you think that you don't have the experience and skills or time to do this, there is an alternative. Number 2 is to go with an artist residency. Usually in the end of the residency, they organize a group show. You can meet other artists, network with local collectors, and you can experience the art world this way. Of course, there are different kind of residencies. There are some that you pay a lot, you pay everything. There are some that you basically get paid, but you need to apply like years before, and you need to be experienced to get the scholarship. But on average, you get a space to work and live on a discounted rate. Cheaper than a hotel and cheaper than an Airbnb, just to say, so that you can use this money to just buy your ticket, buy your materials, and pay for this small reduced rent, and then have a show, have a different experience in a foreign country, and it will enrich your life, and you can get so much more from it, from this experience for the rest of your life, not just a slight opportunity to sell like in a vanity gallery, but what you experience is real. And I think it can also bring something new to your art. So those are my 2 alternatives depending on your personal skills and your situation. Let me know if you have some other ideas. Please share with the rest of the artists in our community. Thank you very much for watching this video. Before finishing, I want to give another shout out to our lovely patrons. Thank you very much for your support, and see you in the next video.